Hello, my name is Tracey Pickett. The name of my company is Moguldom. And we've been talking about the issue of diversity and inclusion. And one thing that I shared with the panel and with the people there was that we are shifting our perspective from the corporate environment now to an era that's really based on entrepreneurship. And me coming from a legal background, the issue of diversity and inclusion has been undoing a systemic issue that has been permeated over years and years and years. And usually the issue would surround around, legal, how can we mitigate risk? How do we avoid getting sued because we're not diverse enough? Or how can we avoid the negative impact of lack of diversity from a PR perspective, right? So, but now, we're looking at the idea of creating diversity in the startup community. And when you look at the startup community, it really is an opportunity because we get to establish what that environment is, what that culture is from the very beginning, and we can decide what it's going to be. Whereas in the corporate environment, we have to undo something that has been systemically identified as a problem. So that's kind of the perspective that I have, is that, instead of just looking at it as an issue that we have to fix, we can create something new and we can decide what it means to be diverse. And it doesn't have to be based on numbers of black people versus white people or the numbers of women versus men. We can really focus on the value that is created by different perspectives. For my team, one of the questions was, how do we know if we're diverse enough? And one of the biggest things for me was, I know we're diverse when most people don't agree with my idea or my perspective on a particular issue. And when that happens, that means that there's a diversity of thought. People have strong opinions. People feel comfortable sharing those opinions. And when you have that, it leads to innovation. And of course, innovation leads to business health and business growth. So it's been interesting to navigate from a Fortune 5 company that is trying to address diversity and inclusion for their business because it helps the business grow, but from the startup side is creating something brand new and creating a culture that will lead to constant innovation and not just address the old issue that we've been trying to undo for years.